Most everyone knows what they're going to be doing that day when they get out of bed. They're going to go to work. They're going to clean the garage. They're going to paint the outhouse. I knew what I was going to be doing today, or I thought so. But life turns things upside down over the smallest issues. A guy goes to the hardware store to pick up seeds for the garden. Overhears another guy in the checkout lane talking about his secret fishing hole. Before you know it, it's dark and he's trying to get his boat out of the water with a cooler full of fish. Or a buddy sets up another guy with a blind date. The next day they're married. I got up this morning and I knew what I was going to do. I wake up, grab a cup of coffee, go into my office, turn on the computer, and I'm just going to see what kind of things are going on out in the world. And that's when it happened. I fell victim to the evil temptress, known as the mistress of Facebook of Marketplace. So now, instead of splitting wood and working on a lean-to for our livestock, I filled the truck up with gas, hooked my 22-foot equipment trailer up, and I'm heading about 2.5 hours away to buy another truck. Yep. Sight unseen. I saw the ad, got a hold of the fellow, little back and forth, and I grabbed the keys off the counter. So what would make me throw my day upside down, push it off the table, hop in the truck, and drive 150 miles out of state? Well, in this case, it's a 1980 Chevrolet K5 Blazer, or so I'm told. Now, if all things are as they appear, I bought this K5 Blazer for $1,000, a little bit more than $1,000. Well, for that kind of money, I thought I can't go wrong. Now, supposedly, it hasn't run in I don't know how long. I'll find out. There is a title. The motor's locked up, but it appears to be pretty much original. And, as I was told, it's got about every option available for a K5 Blazer in 1980. Do I need another one? Of course not. I probably don't need any, but, well, anyway, I'm on my way. So, I guess I'll turn this around and give you a quick view of a beautiful drive through the Tennessee mountains. And then we shall arrive at our destination and just see what kind of prize I have purchased. Did I mention that this K5, well, K stands for four-wheel drive. Did I also mention that it's got a turbo 350 out of a two-wheel drive C10 in it? Oh, the joy. I can't wait. The motor's locked up. Maybe. I did see a photo of the motor. It's distributor and radiator challenged. Why do I need another truck? Well, it's been a day or two, but I'm home. I wasn't able to film the Blazer when I got there. It was very late. The guy he's a private guy, and he really wasn't comfortable with me showing all of his fine treasures out in the pasture. Anyway, we got it home. A long night. But I got there, it was a 3-hour trip, and I figured I'm coming home with something. I guess sort of like the guy that's kissing some gal he met in a bar at dark and he's not sure what it is. What the heck. Anyway, got it home, got it off the trailer, explained to the wife, told her it wasn't mine, belonged to somebody else. I was just keeping it for him. So anyhow, here we are. Right where it fell off the trailer, almost literally. Which I will add, this was in a pasture, and I was on the side of a incline steep enough that I could not open and get out of the driver's side of my truck. So this was sort of a sphincter pucker few moments while we were putting this Blazer on my trailer. But, of course, all turned out well. Anyway, in all its glory, behold. This is a 1979 Chevrolet K5 Blazer Cheyenne. When we were loading this onto the trailer, the left front tire blew out in the dark. Coming home that night, the right front went flat, so here it is. The story, as I was told, the owner was a square body fanatic. His property was just full of C's and K's model square body trucks. This one was driven up until about 2003, and at that time the transmission went out, and as I said before, the guy had to be to work the next day, so he put a 350 turbo out of a C10 in this overnight, and off he went to work. It wasn't too long after that it was involved in an accident. He parked it, and it's since sat. So here it is now. You know, there's a lot of good K-body Blazers out there. A whole lot of GMC Jimmys and Chevy Blazers that are just fantastic trucks. This isn't one of them. But that's okay, because not everybody can afford to buy a really nice truck. Some people, you got to go with what you got. And some people, like me, it really doesn't matter what condition they're in. The joy of tearing them down and putting them back together, sometimes the way they came apart, it's just really rewarding. And well, let's get into this, and I'll give you some more details on what exactly this piece of treasure is that I've got. This is white, but it used to be the factory brown, and I'm not sure what the paint coat is. As you can see, yeah, that's more than a whiskey dent. That's a couple whiskey dents. Grandpa's running boards, big old towing mirrors. Yeah, the rockers are pretty rusty. So, a front fender, of course, and a rocker. Yeah, we're going to be cutting some metal out of this one. Pretty certain. Actually, I can remember, guys, the boss at one of my first jobs had a Blazer that was 5 years old, and it was rustier than this. Back bumper's got its share of tweaks. Got some dings back here. A pressure washer will go a long way towards putting some makeup on this pig. Yeah, it's been hitting the back corner. You know, I didn't want to say it, but I suspected that it wasn't there. Now, that's an interesting piece of body work. All right. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's how you do it. Factory rally wheels. And I think I brought it home with a total of 7 lug nuts. Well, maybe I'm exaggerating. Maybe it was 7.5. 7.5. Yeah. 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 She's got some birthmarks. Probably the first thing I'm going to do is just power wash this to get all of the crud off. Number 2, we'll hang this up by the nose with a chain and just dump all the trash that's inside out into a dumpster. Grandpa's running boards will go next. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the windshield's got a little break in the middle. Under the hood, well, let's just take a look inside. Now, one thing I will say, I have not actually got inside this truck yet.
Let me get the door for you.
Right. I don't know. Oh, no. That's all right. I'm just looking.
Oh, yeah, but I want you to look inside. It's real nice in here.
No, I don't want to get inside.
It's nice and comfy. It's roomy. You got a lot of leg room.
I've just been looking around the lot a little bit.
I just stuck my head in it briefly.
But I want you to look inside.
No, I don't want to look inside.
Oh, just get in the car. Get in here. Get in here. Get.
This interior actually isn't that bad. Now, there is a hole punched in the vinyl right there. But other than that, the front seat and the back seat aren't too bad. So, yes, this is the Cheyenne model. Oh, and if I didn't mention, this Blazer is fully loaded. It also comes with keyless ignition, power windows, air conditioning, tilt wheel, has the delayed wipers. At one point had an AM/FM radio. That's going to have to cut a patch panel there and fill that back in. Rear power window. And as I said, it's got a 2-wheel drive turbo 350 underneath, so the shifter's a little floppy right now. And, you know, I'm going to tell you, the inside does not smell that bad. And what shocks me is there's been a leak. And you can see it's rotted out the top of the paneling back here. And it's rotted it out right here. And somebody at some time patched this. So we're going to have to cut that out too. Anything can be fixed. But, you know, you would think this is really stinks inside. And it's actually not that bad. Now, without keys, I can't open the back yet. And somebody's had the panel off back there, so they may have also had the same problem. Anyhow, I've seen much worse in the rockers. The other side's pretty bad. And, okay, so the floor has been patched. I was kind of expecting to see a lot worse inside here. Not that that isn't bad. But it's doable. I think the phrase that I used to use about a lot of things, which I never knew at the time, wasn't really achievable for the most part, was, but she's got potential. She's got potential. The door panels can be saved. Dash pad's cracked. What we got under here? Yeah, there's a hole there. So, let's get under the hood. And let's see what this girl looks like. And I'll tell you, to be honest, I've already opened this hood. All right. Now, by everything that I was told, this is the factory original 1979 350 5.7. And with air conditioning. It looks like the truck also had the factory air cooling option because I don't see a radiator. Now, some of you are probably going to post in the comments, well, why didn't you do a will it start? Or will it drive 700 miles pulling a trailer full of round bales? No, this one isn't possible. So when I said it's been sitting since 2003, at first I thought the radiator hose was gone. And then, no, the radiator hose is still there. And I thought the heater hoses, where'd they go? Well, yeah, they're there. So, this quadrajet is locked up. The motor's supposedly locked up, and yeah, it is. But the carburetor's locked up too. It's been sitting. The hood was partially open. So, obviously, it had water in here. As a matter of fact, the guy told me, plus there's no fuel pump. You look down there, for whatever reason, he pulled the fuel pump, and he said at the time, water came out of the block where the fuel pump is. The distributor is also gone. I guess that's gone on to a better home, been rehomed and repurposed. So I've checked the oil, and the pan is full of water. I can tell you that already. I got underneath of the engine, and I got a wrench on the flywheel, and it did not move. I should also mention that this truck also came with the factory optional curled hood, which was available from 73 to 81. So, what am I going to do with this? What am I going to do with a roached out, clapped out 79 Blazer with a locked up motor and a two-wheel drive transmission? Well, in my area, the market for these Blazers is pretty strong, so I could turn around and get my money back. Oh, by the way, They did not order this with the stick. This wheel has no stick. Anyway, I could sell this and get my money back just the way it is. I've got a motor or 2 or 3 that I can pull out of the pit and drop in here, and I can have this running just to get it around my property and out of the way when I need it to be out of the way. And I could sell it like that. I could just make this a driver. Off the top of my head, it's going to need 4 tires. It's going to need brakes, hoses, calipers, wheel cylinders. That's just a given. Carpet, dash pad, a windshield, the motor. It's going to need body work, bumpers. I can do the numbers in my head, and I still won't lose money. Of course, our time has value. You know, there is a cost of labor, but if I should keep it, then fine. If I should sell it, I'm fine. My point being is, there's a lot of nice K5 Blazers out there. This girl ain't that girl. But if you are on a budget, if you're new to these and you're just wanting to learn, so you've got some, so you can see what you're working with, which is what I'm going to do. We'll tear this down to the bone before we start on it. But anyway, this is probably number 3 in the queue. I've got 2 other trucks in front of this that I've got to finish up. But the first thing we're going to do, like I said, is get it cleaned up, get some junk tore off of it, get it cleaned out, get a motor in it so it'll pull itself, and then go for there. So I hope you'll stay tuned and follow me. You can click subscribe or like. If you've got questions or suggestions, what you think I ought to be doing with this thing, other than pushing it down the hill or lighting fire to it, let me know. Anyway, hope to see you again on another episode of American Outdoors. Thanks for watching. Bye, folks.